The Little Things. The Little Things is in theaters. The Little Things is on HBO Max. The Little Things I actually enjoyed. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Upside Down. The Little Things is the newest movie that has come on HBO Max and in theaters the same day, so let's get to talking about it. Kern County Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon is sent to Los Angeles for what should have been a quick evidence-gathering assignment. Instead, he becomes embroiled in the search for a killer who is terrorizing the city. Leading the hunt, LA Sheriff Department Sergeant Jim Baxter, impressed with Deke's cop instincts, unofficially engages his help. But as they track the killer, Baxter is unaware that the investigation is dredging up echoes of Deke's past, uncovering disturbing secrets that can threaten more than just the case. The Little Things is written and directed by John Lee Hancock. It stars Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. I really enjoyed the opening of this scene. I think it set up the movie great. I almost would say that the rest of the movie, for the most part, did not even live up to this opening, but I still enjoyed the movie. The opening, it gave me anxiety. I really, really liked it. I thought it was well directed, well written, well acted. But it gave me anxiety seeing, this girl getting followed by this man in a car, and then they kind of have like a little cat and mouse thing on the road, and then she pulls over into like a gas station or something, and no one's there. She's trying to knock on every door. She gets out of her car, and the man comes, and they have a good, chase. I thought this was a very well directed, like I said, opening. Now, granted, we have seen this and most of the movie before, but I really thought this opening was anxiety-inducing. I mean, you've heard these comparisons about this film before. You're going to keep hearing them, but this definitely reminded me of Seven and Zodiac, reminding me of like a Fincher-esque kind of film. Now, I don't think it lives up to either of those movies or David Fincher's, filmography for the most part, but I do think this was a good one. I really do. It was, it was a fun ride for me. I wasn't bored too much throughout it. Let me get to the acting, because I think the acting is definitely a highlight in this movie, for the most part, especially Denzel Washington. I think Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto all do a great job, and the supporting cast with what they're given does an excellent job as well. I will say, though, I wish we got more of Rami Malek's character, like more development for him, for Jimmy. I wish we got more with his wife and him and his family. Not too much more, because you don't want to extend the runtime too much. There was a scene when his wife asked him, "Did you set the alarm?" And it was odd to me. He paused for a second and kind of weirdly finally answered the question after a little hesitation. And we never get that explained. My guess is just he's stressed from the job. But he says, "Yes, I did," but why not just say that right away? I don't know. I thought it was a little odd. I just wish we got more with these characters. I really enjoyed, Jimmy and Joe's banter between each other. I thought it was a really good buddy cop vibe. And they also have great chemistry when they're joined by Leto's creepy Albert. I thought these three played off each other very well. I really liked most of, Jared Leto's character. He was taunting them. I liked some of it. Some of it was a little some of it was a little much, but I did like a lot of it. It made, him feel more guilty, but at the same time, it keeps you guessing. But I really enjoyed these three characters, and when they had scenes together, or just the two of them, or, the other two, it was really well done. And there were a few other scenes after that opening where the suspense was very high for me. I really liked when this one character had to, break into a suspect's house and look through the house, and you're wondering, is the other person going to come back? Is the person that lives there going to come back? Is the person that's going to catch them? And I thought something very smart happened, and the suspect was just taunting them. But that part kind of had me on the edge of my seat. Parts like that in movies just have my attention. Some of the negatives, Jimmy, Rami Malek's character, he makes an extremely stupid decision kind of towards in the third act of the film that I just was like, what? And yes, he did something to maybe where he knew that he was going to have a potential safety net to get out of that situation, but that could easily fall through. I do think some of the pacing was off here, and I do think that this movie was trying too hard to be Fincher-esque, They wanted it to be, you know, this great director, David Fincher. And I just think that they should have just tried to be their own film, put their own spin on it, their own style, and not try so hard to be that. I mean, yes, movies like this, where, you know, there's cops looking for a serial killer, detectives, and all of this, I think that it is going to be, you know, compared to the greats. Any genre where it's similar to another greater movie, I think they're going to be comparisons made. But I just think that, you know, the pacing could have been better, the writing could have been a little better. With that said, though, like I said, I enjoyed this more than most seem to be enjoying it. I wasn't bored too often. I was actually pretty, you know, into this movie. Now, the ending, and I won't get into spoilers, but the ending is divisive. I've heard, like, I hear a lot of people didn't like it. I personally thought it worked. I liked this ending. It wasn't what I was expecting, and this did keep me guessing till, you know, a lot of the movie, the end. Some twists and turns. There were some shocks. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think right now, though, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. The Little Things, now on HBO Max and in theaters, gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. If you liked what you've seen there and you want to see more, check out things all around here. And then my subscribe button is somewhere. Please subscribe to my channel. You know, hit the like button. Comment down below. Blow the comments up. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe. And come to the Upside Dan.
Little things, Jimmy. It's the little things that rip you apart.